Um, Tonight I'm going to touch on a little bit of a type and shadow lesson uh, to get to a major point, which is going to be the first warning. There's only going to be 90 days left. It's your first of 3 warnings. A type and shadow is like Abraham led Isaac up a hill. Isaac had wood over his shoulder. He was carrying it up the hill for his father. And when they got up to the top of the hill, Isaac prepared the sacrifice. It was him. And he laid down to be sacrificed. Abraham raised the knife, and an angel said, "No, don't do it. The Lord will provide." That's where Jerusalem got its name. That's where it came from. On the mount, Jerusalem itself is where it happened. They carved out the top of that mountain, and they made Jerusalem after it, into it. The type and shadow to that is that Jesus, for his Father, with wood over his shoulder, went up a hill for sacrifice of himself that he prepared. Hashem provided a sacrifice like he promised. Now, a type and shadow, there are many, many types and shadows of this in the Bible. The first warning is that on a Rosh Hashanah, the rapture will happen. Now, Jesus came the first time as the Passover lamb. When he went into Jerusalem, people putting palms on the ground, the donkey. He told 2 of his friends, it's like, go in the city, there's a donkey waiting on you, bring it up. So they go up to this complete stranger they've never met before, and they say, we need a donkey for our master. And he says, well, it's been waiting. So they take the donkey back. When he went into Jerusalem, as the Passover lamb. The reason is the Last Supper. The only reason I agree with this term is that it was the last Passover supper that a lamb would ever be eaten. He was the Passover lamb. He broke bread and he drank wine with his brothers and sisters. And on that last occasion where he, the Passover lamb, went and had Passover dinner, he told, just do this and remember me. That's all I'm asking. Just remember me. Why I'm here. What I'm doing. I am breaking my body for you. I am pouring out my blood for you. Just remember from time to time. Now, there are people in this planet that, for some reason, when they break bread or the little chips, it actually becomes the flesh of Jesus. It's ridiculous. Jesus just wanted us to remember. Me and Ivan and whatnot, we have a form of communion. We remember him and why he came, the sacrifice that he made. We have our communion. Whatever you do is between you and him. Just remember him. However you commune, you have communion. Just remember. He broke bread with his brothers and said, this is my body. And he drank wine with them and said, this is my blood I'm pouring out. It's just symbolism. Just do it. So that was Passover. Passover. The celebration of when they were about to be Exodus was about to happen. They were about to leave Egypt. And it was a celebration of the angel passing over the households. Had blood in the shape of a cross on their doorpost. He was that. He was the spirit that He had the blood on the doorpost that kept him safe. Another type of shadow. I said there's millions of types of shadows of him. Then there's the Jewish celebration of the day of Pentecost. It's a celebration of when Moses went up the mountain. And the finger of God, the flame language, the finger of God wrote the Ten Commandments in the stone. It's a celebration of that. On the day of Pentecost, Jesus ascended up to the holiest of mountains, where the throne of God sits. He ascended, and he sent his Spirit down to the hearts of men and wrote freedom and salvation and joy and mercy and love and compassion. He wrote all this on the hearts of men in the flame language. That was the day of Pentecost. The gift of tongues is so that you can witness and tell anybody what I'm telling you in any language, whether you know it or not. But there's going to be someone there that can interpret, or it's not in tongues. That's the day of Pentecost. So there's two celebrations so far that Jesus has fulfilled. Now he's fulfilled more, but those are the most important ones. He fulfilled those festivals, Passover, and the day of Pentecost. The day of Rosh Hashanah. Horns will be blown, and only a select few will hear it. And they'll go home. That is what Rosh Hashanah essentially is. There's a post on information about the holiday, the festival. I can't tell you the time or day because no one knows the hour or the day. They can only know the season. You will know when the fruits are ready to be picked off the tree. When they look ripe, you can tell the season. It'll happen on a Rosh Hashanah. I can't tell you which one. The horns are blown. The few will hear it. So that is the first warning. It'll happen on a Rosh Hashanah. It'll happen on a Jewish festival of Rosh Hashanah. That he's already shown us. He's already given us the wisdom to notice the season. And many will cry for him as one does in the sin. Having hope and faith and in love. I'm waiting for a lot of stuff to happen. But the main thing I'm waiting to happen is the eyes of the Jews to be opened to who he is, for Jerusalem to be surrounded by the armies of the world, too. And in the blink of an eye, in an instant, he will come back, and there will be no question. There will be no worry here. Everyone will see it. Everyone will see it. That's the third thing. In faith, hope, and love. Until we meet again in love and peace, you be blessed and be happy. There's no need to worry. No need to worry at all. Bye-bye.